peer back into history for this segment. It was October 1947 when Pakistan sent tribesmen and militias to invade Kashmir. It did succeed partially, and to this date, certain parts of Kashmir are under the occupation of Pakistan. 70 years later, however, Pakistan is desperate as it was yesterday as it faces international condemnation over terror tactics. And Kashmiri youth, some of them at least, reposing faith in democracy, trying to come out for army recruitment drives and other such measures. Pakistan seems to have upped its infiltration bids at the same time at the border. Junior Home Minister Kiren Rijiju told Parliament that there was a threefold increase in infiltration bids in 2016 as compared to a year earlier in 2015. It's no secret Pakistan is paying off its overground workers or agents in Kashmir. It's only logical then that India should give a crushing response.
The data released by the Ministry of Home Affairs regarding the infiltration attempts made by the militants in 2015 and 16 is very alarming. There has been a threefold rise in the infiltration attempts made by the militants, and also the successful infiltration bids have been very high. While as only 33 militants crossed over to this side of LOC in 2015, in 2016 we are told 119 militants have crossed over through this side of LOC. And add to that the number of local militants who have joined militancy ranks after the Burhan Wani killing. With video journalist Firdaus Wani, Arish Bilal, NewsX, Srinagar.
तो करीब पाने अंदाज कि 2010 पे वोत में मुसलसल या 4 देवरी मज महबूस में छुन दिवान तो लुकन निश वातन के नत यम तजन शहीद गसान बहुत तिमन निश वातान तिहन जनाज परान और तत्कन जनाजस मज शरीक लुकन बह पैगाम वातनावान मगर 2010 पे 4 देवारी मज महसूस और महसूर और मिशन तय निश वातनुक मौका दिन यवान कें.
Let's go across to Madhav Das Gopal Krishnan, my colleague, for more on this. Madhav, Parliament has been told there's been a threefold increase in the last year. 2016 saw a threefold rise in infiltrations. Also, there have been some attempts, in fact, a lot of attempts by Pakistan to stir trouble in the valley. But they are facing resistance as there have been instances of youth, Kashmiri youth joining the army, and there are bipoles around. This is the kind of time where Pakistan increases the activity to try and stir trouble in Kashmir.
Well, yes, and of course, what is also interesting, Athar, is that it's not just a turn of phrase, but history literally repeating itself really in Kashmir, 70 years hence. That's really the ironic part of it, because in October, we know it will be a full 70 years since the original invasion by Pakistan that actually, many would say, perhaps caused the entire issue pertaining to the Kashmir Valley. Clearly, of course, the increase in terms of insurgents, the kind of support that is being given on ground as far as stone pelters are concerned, and of course, given the fact that annually we do know that as the ice melts at the high passes, clearly this is the time that Pakistan tries to step up activity in the Kashmir Valley, and that's exactly what perhaps India can hope for, increased activity on part of Pakistan. Of course, our armed forces post the surgical strike particularly have demonstrated that they are not going to take anything lying down, and clearly, of course, right from the top, as far as the army chief to down on ground, really that message certainly going on as far as terrorists and those who cause trouble in Kashmir, particularly those vested interests in Pakistan, are concerned. So clearly, of course, at this point in time, one thing that is very clear is that Pakistan clearly has been rattled by the kind of position it has been facing, not just the pressure from India, but also in terms of the global context of it. And that's really the reason that they are so rattled that you're seeing a threefold spike really as far as infiltration attempts are concerned.
Stay with us, Madhav. We get some reactions on this as well. We'll come right back to you. This is including Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Nirmal Singh, and others. Take a look.
We have to do something for them. Now, 27 schools were burnt. What has happened? Nothing. There are no studies. And the people that are there, I have suggested also that, okay, never mind if the schools are burnt, start preparing them, which we have not. Now, someone is throwing stone, someone is breaking stone, someone is throwing a hammer on your own head. I think the situation has to be held, and we have to act severely.
Of late past 3-4 months, what we have seen is that past 5-6 months, that ISI has upped the ante in Kashmir. They have put in the entire efforts to try and bring the valley to a boil and keep it simmering. This is seen in the entire gamut of activities. Whether it is infiltration, whether it is using the separatists to create disturbances in the valley. So the ISI is going whole hog to try and destabilize the valley.
All right, joining us right now, General Shankar Rai Chaudhary on the phone line. General Chaudhary, thank you for joining us. First off, this is a two-pronged strategy, time and again employed by Pakistan. Send infiltrators. The infiltration has gone up by 300%, and at the same time stir up trouble in the valley as well. What do you attribute the spike to, really? A 300% increase in infiltrations immediately after surgical strikes. There was so much that India tried to talk to Pakistan as well. This spike is going to continue there for a while.
Yes, it's going to continue. This actually is India's fault. India should not allow these people to cross over. India should not allow these people to cross over, and India must kill these people, more of them. We are killing quite a lot, but we should kill more.
According to the figures, General Chaudhary, about 150 was what the infiltration attempts stood at in 2015. It went on to 370 plus in 2016. They, of course, have not been letting up on these infiltrators, but it is a porous border. And also, I believe Home Minister Rajnath Singh has said the entire sealing, really, of the border will take place by 2018. Is that going to help?
Sealing a border is wishful thinking.
Because of
Sealing
the
a
topography
border
there.
is often used, but it's a wishful thinking. I think we have to kill more people when they come. And the old strategy was quite fine. You fenced off the border, killed as many as you can when they came in. You had to have a very strong internal system also. I think our internal systems are weaker. So they get away and then they find refuge amongst a sympathetic population. So unless we kill them and kill more of them, this will continue.
What about the other factor? You mentioned the phrase sympathetic population. Whatever reason they might be sympathetic for, the case still is there is local support. There are more local militants now. People are joining the Hizbul Mujahideen and other tanzeems, if you will, and hence stone pelters, of course, are getting emboldened as well.
Yeah, they're going to be killed. I'm saying that. The medicine is the same. Kill them.
Including the population, you mean?
Well, whoever's against you has to be removed.
All right. That, of course, is the strategy adopted by Bipin Rawat, the new general, the chief of the army. He, of course, has taken a more aggressive stance against all those who might be, like you said, sympathetic to these infiltrators. As far as the attempts are concerned, General Shankar Rai Chaudhary, the fact that the infiltration attempts have gone up after the government claimed that they were very close to executing a strategy that would indeed make sure that Pakistan stopped. Surgical strikes seem to have spiked the infiltrations, not bring them down. What do you attribute to that?
Please say again, are you talking to me?
Yes, General Chaudhary, my question is simple. The surgical strikes were supposed to bring down the infiltration attempts. They've taken them up. Would you say more surgical strikes are needed?
No. The surgical strike was a demonstration of our capabilities, and yes, there should be more. But the important thing is to kill as many of them as they cross over, kill as many infiltrators as they cross over. That is the element which seems to be missing. We got to kill more of them.
But I believe the forward commanders have had really permission to do as they see fit for years and years, for decades even.
Yes, okay. That is just one layer in the defense. The depth layers have got to be more on the alert.
All right.
When they come in, these people have got to be tracked. Their places of refuge in the valley have got to be determined. We have a lot of information on it, or we used to.
Of course,
just to follow up and eliminate them.
I'm sure the army covers the entire area. Thank you for joining us, General Shankar Rai Chaudhary, former Army Chief Staff.
It's not stopping there, and yes, we have to be vigilant not only on water, we need to be vigilant inside the country also, and our government and intelligence agencies are quite vigilant on all subjects and all issues, and that's why a lot of such activities have been unearthed and taken care. But yes, there is a problem from Pakistan still on, and hopefully the government will put required pressure by the world countries world over to put pressure on Pakistan to stop this and stop doing all this.
देखिए, आज तो मैं सुन रहा हूँ कि लोग एडमिट भी किए हैं कि वो लोग पैसे लेके ये काम कर रहे हैं। अगर बात ये है तो ये बहुत सीरियस बात है। ये सिर्फ एंटी नेशनल विषय नहीं है, ये तो हमारी डेमोक्रेसी, हमारे देश को, हमारे गणतंत्र को सबवर्ट करने की कोशिश में लोग उनके पैसे खर्च कर रहे हैं। और बात ऐसे है तो नेचुरली हमारी तरफ से एक्शन लेना चाहिए। हम इस विषय को बहुत सीरियसली लेना चाहिए।